Hello my friends, and thank you so much for joining me today. Today our workout on toning is going to focus on stress relief. I'm going to provide you with Bible verses that will remind you of God's provision and His care for you in times of stress and worry. I am going to start off with a warm-up, and then we're going to move into a stretch. Then we're going to do some toning with our abs, another stretch, toning for our arms, and finish up with one more stretch section. So you may want a towel or a workout mat for our stretching in particular. And without further ado, let's get started. Go ahead and set your mat aside for our warm-up. We're going to do 45 seconds on and 15 seconds off between exercises. We're going to have 6 exercises for this warm-up, and it's going to focus on dynamic movement. So let's go ahead and do a calf raise into a curtsy squat. So we're going into a dynamic movement already. Start to get in touch with your breath. In times of worry and stress, remembering to breathe, it's so basic, but it's so necessary. You can, of course, modify this as you need to. Start to feel your abdominals, really breathe out, and start to stand up straighter as we go. This movement is mostly in our legs, but we can also remind ourselves to keep good posture. In a moment, we're going to go into arm circles with a calf raise and a forward bend. So go ahead and just move your body, keep it moving. You can tell I'm not wearing shoes because this workout is a little bit more chill, but you're welcome to do whatever you want. So let's go ahead and take our arms back and do a calf raise, and then bring our arms forward for a little hamstring stretch. And keep breathing. Just think of whatever that thing is that's worrying you. Go ahead and toss it up. I love this one, it feels so good. Go ahead and take a little breather here. We're going to move into a lunge side to side and stay really low. I have a really good verse for you from James 1:2-4. Okay, so let's go ahead and take it into a low lunge. Now stay really low and go to the other side. This is dynamic movement. Go as low as you can. You can even go to the floor if you want to for an even better stretch and warm up. Here's James 1:2-4. Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work, so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. It's good to keep in mind that none of us is supposed to coast through life. When God sends us trials, this is because it is for our good. It is making us better. It is making us more whole, more fit for God's kingdom. All right, go ahead and bring it up. Walk my feet in. We're going to go into hip openers in just a moment. All right, here we go. You can either do it with a hop, or if you're not loving any high impact activities, you can go ahead and just open up your hips this way. Feels really good. I'm going to go ahead and add a hop, tiny little bit of cardio to get warm as we are about to stretch our muscles. I love, especially in times of worry and stress, to read the words of the apostles in the New Testament, because almost every one of them gave their lives for their faith. Talk about stress and worry, being hunted down and then put to death. But for them, it was all joy. Go ahead and relax, keep moving your body. We're going to go into a caterpillar walk down in just a moment. All right. And the ultimate hope, of course, as James just said in this verse, go ahead and roll down. The ultimate hope is that the fruit of your suffering is going to be perseverance, which is something that you can't buy for any amount of money. Keep breathing. This feels so good already. Breathe out all your stress, your worry, your anxiety. This will be our last one. Commit to it. All right. Go ahead and move your body. Roll your shoulders a little bit if you want. We're going to go into a side sweep reach 4 times. And then we're going to walk down, stretch our hamstrings. We're going to stretch one leg, then the other leg, and come back up. This is our last exercise in our warm-up. Okay, here we go. So we're going to go side sweep, 2, 3, 4, and bring it down. And to the other side. And up. And sweep. I feel this in my back. And down. And bring it around and back up. Bring it down. Try and touch your knee if you can. All right. This warm-up is almost over. One more time. 1 and 2, 3. All right. Wonderful. Let's move into our next segment, which is our floor stretching. You may want to grab your mat or something, or a towel, something to sit on. Okay, let's get started with our first stretch segment. You're going to need some kind of a wall or some kind of a chair, something to hold on to. We're just going to stretch. I don't even know the name of this muscle, but we're going to stretch it out. So go ahead and put it on the wall or on the chair, and go ahead and straighten your arm. Look to your left. Take a deep breath. It can be a little difficult to let that muscle relax, especially if you haven't stretched it in a while. I'm starting to feel it all through my shoulder. Hand over all your worry and your anxiety to the Lord. Surrender it to Him. He can take care of you better than you can take care of yourself. And these moments of worry and anxiety and stress are a wonderful opportunity to let Him step in and be your guide, be your advocate, be your champion. Okay, let's go ahead and gently take your hand down. We're going to move over to the other side. And whatever it is that you're using, make sure you can feel a really good stretch through, right through here, through this arm as well as your shoulder. Go ahead and look the opposite direction. I have a verse for you from Matthew 6:34. Therefore, do not be anxious about tomorrow, for tomorrow will be anxious for itself. Sufficient for a day is its own trouble. That's such a good reminder for me. So often my stress and my worry is in the future. I get twisted around about events that I can't control, that are too far down the road to foresee the outcome. And this verse from Matthew is so good because it helps me remember that God is working in the present moment. And also that 99% of the time, the worst case scenarios that I invent, that I cook up that could possibly happen, they never happen. Let's gently take our arms down. That feels really good. All right, let's cross our legs. If you can, you can either sit just like this, or you can cross one leg over top of the other one, and immediately you're going to get a stretch right here in your glute and your upper thigh. So let's go ahead and bend forward as much as you can. Take it to your maximum capacity and breathe. Release all the muscles in your back. Release all the muscles in your face. Just breathe into that stretch. Imagine your muscle getting longer, lengthening. Try to touch your head to the floor if you can. Wonderful. Now take it to one side. The future will take care of itself. Things that are out of your control, that's God's department. Your department is to control what you can control and to allow Him to orchestrate the rest. Go ahead and walk your body over to the other side. Now I'm feeling a little bonus stretch here in my side. Touch your forehead to your knee if you can. And breathe. Okay, go ahead and walk up. Now we're going to switch sides. More than likely you have one side that's a little more flexible than the other side. That's totally fine. That's totally normal. Walk it forward as far as you can. I hope you're enjoying this stretch as much as I am. It's hard to take the time to relax and slow down, and often that's the thing that we most need to do. Something I never understood when I was young growing up was that God really does care about how you're doing. He cares about how you are so much more than you know, and so much more than you may want to believe. The muscles in your back relaxing. Walk it to the other side. Imagine that muscle getting longer, relaxing more. It's a great exercise for your hips as well. Stretch rather than exercise. And gently walk up with your hands. Wonderful. Let's go into a center split. Go as far as you can. You may be as far or farther than I am. You may not. Doesn't matter. Either way, I want you to work to your fullest capacity today. I'm going to stretch over to one side. I feel this in my inner thighs. I feel this on my side. You can use this opposite hand for stability. Just go as low as you can and take a deep breath. And try to go a little lower. Oftentimes just getting in touch with your body and your breath helps you to identify where the stress is living. Since we are a body and soul composite, switch sides. It's really essential to be aware, because in order to carry out the mission that God has for your life, you have to make sure that your stress isn't interfering with the mission He's given you, that you're not treating others as they don't deserve to be treated because your stress is coming out in ways that you don't intend. I know I've done that in my life many times. And learning to identify where your stress is living in your body, and then how to let go of it in a healthy way, is such a work of a lifetime. Come on back to the center. I'm going to take a forward stretch. Now if you can go all the way forward, wonderful. If you can't, I don't care. Just go as far as you can. Bonus points if you can even put your chest and your stomach on the floor here. Take one more deep breath. Come on up. All right, walk your legs in. You're feeling very warm and a little bit fluttery. So let's move into toning our abs. That's our next section. So get a drink of water and join me back here with your mat. Okay, let's move into toning our abdominals. Go ahead and have a seat. Now, this one you can make easy for yourself, but I don't want you to do that. I want you to make it as hard for yourself as you can. So sit back, curl your hips under, and make yourself, imagine you're like a little shrimp. Go ahead and sit back, and you're gonna sit forward and reach. If you visualize your ab muscles working, it's going to be so much more effective. We're going to stay here for 1 full minute. And as you reach forward, try to keep that stomach curling in, even when you're reaching forward. I have a verse for you from Philippians chapter 4, verse 6, which says, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God." Are you entrusting everything that worries you, everything that stresses you out? Are you really entrusting that to God? Are you really telling Him what's on your mind and in your heart? Making your desires known to Him. He wants them. He wants to hear them. Make a commitment to yourself to involve God in all of your decisions. Okay, we're almost there. There we go. Well done. Next, we're going to move into an elbow plank. So go ahead and stay right here and reach up to the side. You also have the option to come on up onto your wrists to do this, but if your wrists are not loving that, you're welcome to drop down to your elbow. Keep breathing. This is not easy. Try to keep your body as straight as possible. We're almost there. One more. All right, well done. That was a challenge. Now we are going to move into a lying leg drop. Go ahead and lie down. Bring both legs up. You could either drop one leg at a time or try to go for both. Breathe out on the way up. I'm feeling this one in my lower abs. I hope you're feeling your anxiety and your stress just dissipating as we move through this workout. All right, and come on up for our next exercise, which is going to be side crunches. I love these. I'm going to do 1 minute on each side. Try and drop your leg as low as you can. It's like right here. And try to look up towards the ceiling. You're going to feel this in your obliques tomorrow. Think about a time in your life when God has rescued you from something. And the outcome that you thought was going to happen, the worst possible outcome, did not happen, but instead was far better than you expected. All right, we're going to switch sides now. Side crunches on the other side. In my life, that's happened so often. I just need to recall it. I just need to bring it to mind and to remember that God is faithful. He will not abandon you. He will not leave you alone, especially when you most need Him. And if you can't see Him in your current struggle, recall those times in the past when He's come through for you. All right. About 15 more seconds here. When my daughter was in the NICU for over 4 months, it was the hardest time of my life. And there's nothing I could have done to keep it from being a stressful and a worrisome time. But, okay, come on and sit up. Actually, I'm sorry, turn over onto your stomach. Oh, one final exercise, which is swimmers. So go ahead and hold your back up, relax your shoulders. We're just gonna work our backs here. As I was saying before, when my daughter was in the NICU for over 4 months, that was just an inherently stressful and difficult time. There's nothing we could have done to make that not difficult. But I look back on it now and I do see how it produced in me perseverance and gratitude for life. It made me a much better person, a much more grateful person. And 2 years out from that terrible experience, in a very, very strange way, I wouldn't trade it. All right. Just gives me a lot of faith that God has a way of bringing goodness out of our deepest and darkest and most difficult struggles. That brings our abs section to a close. Get a drink of water. We're going to come back for more stretching in just a minute. Well done. You are absolutely rocking it. Let's stretch those abs that we just worked so hard. Go ahead and bring your legs around. Drop your hips down. Oh, this one feels really, really, really good. And try to look up at the ceiling. Try to keep your shoulders relaxed. If you want, you can go ahead and bring your feet up and see if you can touch your head to your knees. Back in my more flexible days, I used to be able to touch my heels to my nose, but I don't think I can do that anymore. That's really difficult. You can stay here another minute. Feels really good. All right, go ahead and bring yourself up and bring it back to a nice stretch here. Reach out in front as far as you can. Go ahead and bring your arms behind you and stretch. This feels wonderful. Relax into this stretch right here. All right, come on up. We're going to stretch our triceps real quick. We're about to work our arms. Let's go ahead and get a tricep stretch. And then bring that around the front of your body. Pull it through. Feels fabulous. And bring it back again to a tricep stretch. There's a fabulous reminder in Luke 12:25 through 26. And which of you, by being anxious, can add a single hour to his span of life? If then you are not able to do so small a thing as that, why do you worry about the rest? Worry and anxiety, it takes away from your lifespan. God is not in the anxiety. God is in the present moment. It was a huge revelation to me. Switch sides, tricep stretch. Huge revelation to me that moment to moment, I can give God my problem and ask Him to take it away. Ask Him to just be with me in this present moment. And then when you ask for it, that grace is given to you. It's really beautiful. Keep breathing as always. Last time here, and we are going to go into, I think it's called pigeon stretch, although I don't know. I don't have names for most of my stretches, I just do them. So let's go ahead and bring one leg in front of you. Now you may not be able to do this all the way, and that's okay. I want you to go as far as you can. See if you can put your hips square so that they're square to the wall, and your leg is flat on the ground like this. It's going to stretch those glutes so beautifully. And breathe. You're welcome to take your body forward to intensify that stretch, or stay right where we just were. You try to take it all the way to the ground if you're feeling ambitious. Ooh. For me, stretching is such an important part of relieving my stress, but also just feeling good in my body. I used to be a professional dancer, and I would stretch every single day. Now with children, it's hard to make time for that, so I want to just recognize and validate that you're doing a very good thing by pressing play on this video. If you want to, you can go ahead and take it to a split. And we're just going to hang out here for one more minute. We're going to repeat on the other side. Oh, this feels so good. I just want to stay here. Don't want to move. Well, let's keep going. We have other things to do with our day. Oh, that was beautiful. Let's go ahead and take it to this bent leg stretch right here. Put your other foot out straight behind you. Go ahead and sit up straight. Face the opposite wall. And relax into this stretch. If you would like, take it down. Take good, really deep breaths here. One more deep breath. All right, walk it up. And if you'd like, you could move into a split. And if not, then do whatever other stretch you would like that would feel good to you right now. Almost at the end of this stretch segment. We're going to move into toning our arms. Upper body has never been my favorite, I'll be honest. But it's so important to tone our entire body, work your entire body, especially your least favorite things, your least favorite exercises. Those are usually the ones that you need the most. All right, wonderful. Go ahead and swing that leg around. Grab a drink of water if you'd like one, and we are going to move into our our arms section, which is the last section of this video. Okay, we're almost there. Let's finish strong here. We're going to move into push-ups, except we're just going to do a half push-up. So bring it down here, and then if you can, move a little to your right, a little to your left, center, and up. Oh my goodness, that is way harder than I thought it was going to be. Bring it down, move it left, right, center, and up. I'm regretting this. Take it down, right, left, center, and up. One more, take it down, left, right, center, and up. I think I'm going to drop it down here and just do a half push-up. That's where I am right now. As a dancer, most of my strength was in my legs, not so much my arms. Keep breathing. Okay, fabulous. Let's go into tricep dips. These are pretty challenging. Love them. I have another verse for you from Proverbs, so go ahead and push your hips up here. We're going to go dip and up. Just hang out here for about 1 minute. Proverbs 3:4-6 says, "So you will find favor and good success in the sight of God and man. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him and he will make straight your paths." Couldn't have said it better myself. Lord, we acknowledge you in this moment. We acknowledge your presence here with us. We ask you to take care of us, take care of everything. All right, well done. Losing circulation in my arms. Okay, we're gonna do this exercise. I call it prayer hands. You can call it whatever you want. You're gonna push really hard. Just push as hard as you can. It's actually a really fabulous workout if you do it right. If it's easy, I don't want to hear your excuses. It means you're not pushing hard enough. Push really, really hard. It's amazing how much of a workout you can get just using your own body weight. Keep breathing. I'm sweating. Also, it's like 95 degrees today, so that doesn't help either. Well, almost there, almost there. Okay, you can go ahead and relax. Last exercise. We're gonna go into lat pulls. So I want you can either come up to standing or I'm just gonna stay on my knees. You can lean your body forward right here. And go ahead and take your arms out. And you should feel it in your back. Keep breathing. We're almost there. This is the last exercise in this whole video. You did a great job pressing play today and joining me in this workout. I hope that you're feeling much less stressed than you were at the beginning. I hope you are entrusting your anxiety and your worry to God. I need daily reminders to do that. So I figured maybe other people would too. And it's been my joy, my pleasure to make this video. We're all busy, we have so much on our plates, and so often our mission demands more of us than we think we can give. And in those times, it's so important to take care of yourself, so I'm proud of you for doing that. All right, 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. I can feel that in my back. All right. Just finish up with a quick shoulder roll here after working so hard. All right, well done. Thank you so much for joining me for this workout video. If you would like more aid and help in your prayer life and your walk with God, I have over 80 episodes on the Called and Caffeinated podcast, which you can find for free on my website. I will leave a link in the show notes. Many of them are also here on YouTube in either video or audio form. All of my recent ones are in video form, but if you go way back to the beginning, those are only audio. I also make and sell handmade beeswax prayer candles, and this can be a wonderful aid to your prayer life, especially as you're doing a video like this one. having that sensory experience of a beautiful smell to remind you with all of the symbolic fragrance of God's kingdom and His provision and His love for you. I think I have 9 candles now that are sold on the Catholic All Year Marketplace, so I will leave a link to those in the show notes as well. And finally, if you would like community, if you feel like you need other Catholic people in your life to support you, we have a wonderful Patreon community, and it not only helps support my channel and my work that I do, but we also have video chats twice a month where we have wonderful people from around the United States, sometimes around the world, joining us for really interesting discussions. We support one another, and we're actually having an in-person meetup on Labor Day at my house. I'm hosting everyone. So if you want to learn more, pledges start just at $5 a month. You can come on over to Patreon/calledandcaffeinated, and I will, again, leave a link in the notes below. Thank you so much again for joining me here on Catholic Strong, and I will see you in the next one.